So when you called and you said you needed somebody to help provide things for Muscle Beach, I'm happy to do that because that's why I do what I do in the first place.
I'm leaving home for the coastline.
It's not about making the money, it's about making memories.
Someplace under the sun.
I consider myself an advocate for people getting on the beach. To say that it's my heart sentence, it's not my money. So that's my story, and I'm going to stick to it.
I'm moving on.
Greg, can you give us a rundown of what it actually looks like? Like, say we have the people come in and they're parking in the dirt parking lot. Just take the lead from the family members themselves. What is it that you feel makes the person who is disabled feel the most empowered?
So 100% it is entirely up to the caregiver as to what level of help they need. So don't force anything on anybody. What I would do is I would have the beach wheelchairs at the ready. And the one thing that people have to remember is that you are bringing somebody their legs, and you want them to feel as comfortable as possible with
You know what I mean.
no pushiness, with no insistence. You do have to be firm about some things, about how to get in and out, but don't ever push somebody beyond their comfort level, because if somebody looks at the chair and says, I really don't think I want to do that, I thought I did, drop it. Say, okay, not a problem, happy to have tried to help you, we'll be around if you change your mind. Be prepared for that, because that can happen. Be prepared with volunteers that can help do the heavy lifting in the place of a caregiver who can. Also, be sure to let the caregiver know that you're there to help push if they want you to. If that's something you're prepared to be able to do, that any of your volunteers are able to do. And I assure you, you probably won't have any problem with people wanting to do that. The caregiver actually stands in front of the chair and walks backward and talks to the person that's in the chair. I'm just going
To a sunny place.
The family members, the person themselves in the chair, and just, treating them like royalty. Really making sure that we are in communication with the caregiver. They are the expert. Just having a heart full of service.
That's all it is. And as part of your service, my chairs are just one part of it. Be prepared with games. Bubbles. You're going to have people who are as young as 6 or 7, and you're going to have people as old as 96 or 97.
Yeah.
They both love bubbles. Give them things that they get to do from the sand. Anybody bringing a kite? Flying a kite at the beach is a great thing to do. Well, if they can do it from the sand, standing or sitting in the sand, they can do that. Set them in the water. You can roll them all the way up to the water. Let them get their feet wet to whatever level they want. Let them feel have somebody pull up sand. This is one of my greatest memories. I've got a lot. This was probably my top 3. I had a man, he was 27-ish. He was young, he was under 30. He got in the chair, and I helped him drive it down, and I wheel him down to the sand by pushing the joystick. I drove him down there. He gets to the edge of the water, and I said, now listen, I'm going to get you close to the water, but you're never allowed to drive this close to the water. I'm doing it because I own it, and I'll take the responsibility of something happening to it. But I want you to feel something. Because he told me he has always sat up on the deck of the pool and watched everybody play on the sand. He never could. As a kid, as a young child who's always been in the wheelchair, he just stepped. I said, can you hold out your hands for me, Kevin? He said, sure. So he held out his hands, and I reached down and scooped up a bunch of wet sand, and I dropped it in his hand, and then I dropped it in his feet. And I said, how does that feel? He said, I've never felt that before. That's the kind of thing that some people will never have gotten to experience unless you did it for them or I did it for them. So that's something you want to keep in mind. When you have somebody that comes in, ask them, is there anything you'd like to do from this chair? Have somebody bring fishing gear. Go fishing. Do surf fishing. I've done that with several people, and they've had a ball. What are the things that you see other people doing at the beach? And if you see them doing it, can you help somebody who comes to be a part of your event do it as well? You know they're not going to do push-ups. You know they're not going to do sit-ups. but they can certainly cast a rod, and if they can't cast it, they can hold it, and they'll probably be thrilled to do so. Get them engaged with others. That's a really important thing. Let them play and have playtime with other people. I'm an adult. I like my playtime with my friends. You see us play bocce ball on the beach. We go running, whatever it is that we do. They want to do something similar. Give them a chance to do that.